Hello, and welcome to Healthy Aging Blueprint. I'm truly grateful you're here. On this channel, we explore simple, powerful ways to care for your body, nurture your mind, and live with purpose at every stage of life. Wherever you're watching from, I wish you good health, peace, and lasting happiness. If you find value in today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a step on your journey to aging well. Why do some people remain mentally sharp and full of life into their 90s, while others begin forgetting names and losing focus after 60? What if the secret lies not in expensive treatments, but in one simple ritual before bed? And could a 100-year-old Japanese doctor hold the key to unlocking lasting brain strength after 65? Have you ever wondered why some individuals continue to thrive mentally and stay vibrant deep into old age, while others experience brain fog, forgetfulness, and cognitive decline shortly after turning 60? In this episode of Senior Health, we'll explore a surprisingly simple yet deeply powerful nighttime habit that may completely transform how your brain functions as you age. We'll be drawing from the lifelong wisdom of Japan's oldest practicing physician, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, who generously shared a nightly practice designed to protect mental clarity and preserve brain strength after 65. His advice is rooted not in complexity, but in consistency, and it might just change the way you prepare for sleep. Stay with us until the end to uncover a practical Japanese-inspired evening routine that nourishes more than just your body. It nurtures your mind and spirit too, offering a powerful foundation for aging with strength, clarity, and peace of mind. Before we begin, if you find value in this video, I'd truly appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Your support helps us continue sharing timeless lessons for healthy aging. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider hitting that button and turning on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Now, here's a thought worth considering. The way we end our day has a profound impact on how we perform the next. It's something so simple, yet often ignored in our fast-paced modern lives. So, here's the essential question. What is the one thing people over 60 must never forget to do before sleep to ensure their brain stays sharp and strong? Thank you for being here as we explore this important insight. Let's begin by recognizing a fascinating truth. The brain doesn't power down when we sleep. Quite the opposite. It enters a highly complex, almost symphonic process that is crucial for memory, clarity, and overall cognitive vitality. Imagine your brain as a vibrant city after sunset. As the noise fades and the streets quiet down, something essential begins. Just like maintenance crews come out at night to clean the roads, fix damage, and organize the next day's work, your brain also kicks into action while you sleep. It doesn't shut off, it gets to work. This is the time when it sifts through your daily experiences, organizes memories, flushes out harmful toxins through the glymphatic system, and strengthens the neural connections that support your mental sharpness. This isn't just a break for your brain. It's a vital process of regeneration. It's what allows you to wake up clear-headed, emotionally stable, and ready to fully engage with life. But here's the crucial part. This incredible nightly renewal doesn't happen by chance. It depends entirely on how you prepare for it. Without the right conditions, your brain can't carry out these essential tasks. Think of it like sending a night crew into a city without the tools, lighting, or fuel they need. How can they get anything done? If you don't set your brain up for recovery before bed, you're not just skipping a routine, you're denying it the resources it needs to restore itself. And when that happens night after night, the effects build up like unpaid bills piling into debt. You begin to notice it in small, frustrating ways. You wake up groggy, struggle to remember names, lose your keys more often, or walk into a room and forget why. Over time, these symptoms of mental fatigue don't just fade, they compound. And no amount of caffeine or positive thinking can reverse that kind of strain once it's in full effect. For those over 60, this becomes even more serious. The aging brain is naturally more sensitive to stress, more likely to experience nutrient imbalances, and slower to recover. That's why this one step is non-negotiable. Prepare your brain for restoration every single night. This preparation may seem simple, but its impact is profound, and it could be the difference between mental decline and long-term clarity. It all comes down to one crucial idea: giving your brain the signals and materials it needs to truly thrive. In our modern world, the concept of starving the brain might sound strange, maybe even extreme. We're taught to associate starvation with an empty stomach or skipped meals. But what's often overlooked is a much more subtle and arguably more dangerous kind of deprivation. This isn't about physical hunger. It's about denying your brain the specific nutrients, emotional signals, and environmental cues it depends on to carry out its nightly repair work, especially during deep sleep, when those regenerative processes are at their peak. Without these elements in place, the brain can't do what it's designed to do. It's as if we're starving it without even realizing. Let me share something personal to bring this idea to life. My grandfather was a remarkable man, full of energy and mental clarity well into his 80s. He had an exceptional memory. He could recite lines of poetry from his childhood, and never forgot a single name or face. But over time, subtle changes began to appear. He started forgetting names, misplacing his reading glasses, and sometimes struggled to stay focused in conversations. At first, we brushed it off as normal aging. But something didn't sit right with me, so I started to ask questions. What was he eating before bed? Was he even eating dinner at all? As it turned out, he had been skipping his evening meals, convinced it would help his digestion or help him lose weight. What no one realized was how much this routine was affecting his brain. So how does something as simple as skipping dinner contribute to cognitive decline? Picture your brain as an enormous, sophisticated library. Every day, new books arrive: your thoughts, conversations, emotions, and experiences. During the night, while you sleep, your brain acts like the librarian, working quietly to organize these books, repair damaged pages, clean the shelves, and make sure everything remains accessible and intact. But just like any librarian, your brain needs resources: light to see, tools to fix, and energy to function. Without those essentials, the system begins to falter. Shelves become cluttered, books go missing, and things begin to slip through the cracks. That's exactly what happens inside the aging brain when it's not properly supported at night. When you deprive the brain, whether by withholding nutrients or failing to create an environment that signals safety, you disrupt its ability to restore itself. Imagine that same librarian working in the dark with no supplies, unable to focus on organizing or repairing. In that state, the brain doesn't prioritize restoration. Instead, it shifts into survival mode. Rather than filing memories and clearing out toxins, it conserves energy and protects itself. Over time, this leads to a growing backlog: memories that aren't properly stored, neural pathways that become cluttered, and a mental library that starts to feel increasingly disorganized. Let me tell you about someone I worked with who experienced this firsthand. His name was Mr. Yamamoto, a 74-year-old retired school principal from Osaka. He was thoughtful and highly disciplined, known for his structured daily habits. But when he came to see me, he was visibly frustrated by a creeping forgetfulness. It wasn't dementia, just little things that kept piling up. He'd forget names, misplace his keys, or walk into a room and suddenly wonder what he'd come in for. During our conversation, he mentioned something that stood out. He had recently adopted a Western-style weight loss trend, cutting out all food after 6 p.m. in an effort to stay healthy. While his intention was good, the impact on his brain was quite the opposite. What he didn't realize was that, especially at his age, his brain was entering an 8 to 10 hour fast overnight with zero support. There was no protein to repair neural tissue, no calming nutrients to reduce inflammation or ease mental stress, and no fuel to activate the glymphatic system that clears waste from the brain. Essentially, his brain was trying to perform its most important healing work. On empty. I suggested a simple yet purposeful change to his nightly routine. For Mr. Yamamoto, it started with a small bowl of warm miso broth before bed, enriched with tofu and seaweed. This wasn't just comfort food, it provided amino acids and calming minerals like magnesium, which supported his nervous system. I also encouraged a brief stretching session to relieve physical tension and followed it with 5 minutes of slow, mindful breathing. These gentle practices helped signal safety to his brain and body, essential cues for rest and repair. Within just a few weeks, the results were noticeable. The morning brain fog began to lift. He reported being able to focus longer and more clearly. His wife even remarked that he seemed more present in their conversations, more engaged, more lighthearted, and even cracking jokes like he used to. The change wasn't complicated, and it didn't require a heavy meal or a strict routine. It was about providing his brain with exactly what it needed: nutrients, relaxation, and a sense of safety to begin healing again. And that's the deeper meaning behind the idea of starving the brain. It's not only about missing calories or skipping meals, it's about failing to offer the basic building blocks that the aging brain depends on to stay sharp, balanced, and alive. The hunger we're talking about here isn't just physical, it's something deeper. It's a subtle but powerful hunger in the nervous system, a craving for nourishment, rhythm, and calm. If you're still watching and finding these insights meaningful, I truly appreciate your presence. Please feel free to comment number 1 below. It lets me know you're here with me and helps us grow this shared space of learning. Thank you for giving your time and attention. The idea of preparation goes far beyond what's on your plate. In Japanese culture, the evening hours are seen as a sacred time to send messages, quiet signals to the body and mind. It's not just about winding down physically. It's about gently telling the brain, the day is over, you're safe now, and it's time to heal. Imagine it like this: dimming the lights after a powerful concert. The music has ended, the audience is gone, and now the crew begins their essential work, cleaning the stage, resetting equipment, and preparing for the next show. Without this kind of signal, though, the brain doesn't know it's time to rest. It remains alert, caught in a low-grade state of vigilance. It never fully surrenders to deep regenerative sleep, the kind where actual healing occurs. Instead, it stays on guard, conserving energy and scanning the environment for threats. That's when you start experiencing those frustrating 2 or 3 a.m. wake-ups, where you feel restless, disoriented, and anything but refreshed. In Japan, it has long been understood that evening food and routines are more than habits. They're instructions to the body. A small, thoughtful meal or calming ritual doesn't just comfort the body. It communicates directly with the limbic system, the emotional and survival hub of the brain. It tells your system to shift gears from fight or flight into rest and repair. And now, modern science is backing this up. Studies show that consistent bedtime rituals help lower cortisol levels, balance heart rate variability, and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the branch responsible for deep relaxation and recovery. These calming signals create the ideal conditions for your brain to consolidate memories, repair neural damage, and remove harmful toxins. For example, a 2019 study published in Nature Communications revealed something remarkable. The brain's lymphatic system, which clears away amyloid plaques associated with Alzheimer's disease, is most active during deep sleep. But it doesn't function properly without enough glucose and amino acids. Without these key elements, your brain's internal cleanup crew is understaffed and under-resourced, unable to do the job it was designed for. Many older adults are often advised to avoid eating at night in the name of better digestion or weight control. While intermittent fasting can offer certain benefits, cutting out food entirely before bedtime can actually backfire, especially for those over 60. As we grow older, the brain becomes increasingly sensitive to the availability of nutrients. Blood flow to the brain tends to slow down, hormonal levels shift, and the body begins to rely more on catabolism, a metabolic state where it starts breaking down tissue, including brain tissue, for energy during extended periods of fasting. So what happens if you go to bed on an empty stomach? Your brain doesn't see that as harmless. It interprets the absence of fuel as a warning sign, as if resources are running low. Instead of focusing on repair, restoration, and memory consolidation, it switches into self-preservation mode. It reduces energy use and prioritizes survival functions over cognitive recovery. When this pattern is repeated night after night, the cumulative effect can be significant. Mental clarity starts to fade, emotional resilience weakens, and even physical energy begins to wane. The decline isn't immediate or dramatic. It creeps in slowly. At first, it just feels like getting older, a vague sense of sluggishness or forgetfulness. But in many cases, it's a preventable outcome rooted in how we prepare our bodies and brains for sleep. So what kind of fuel does the brain actually need at night? And what does a gentle, Japanese-inspired evening routine look like for someone over 60? The answer isn't complicated. It's not about eating a large meal or following some strict regimen. It's about intentionality, providing thoughtful nourishment for the body, mind, and spirit in a way that aligns with what the brain truly needs to function and heal overnight. Let's break this down, starting with nourishment. Choose a light, nutrient-dense snack that promotes brain repair and helps regulate blood sugar through the night. In Japan, a traditional choice might be a small bowl of warm miso soup with tofu, seaweed, or green onions. These ingredients are rich in amino acids like tryptophan, which supports serotonin production, and minerals like magnesium, known for calming the nervous system. Other simple supportive options include a small piece of steamed fish with rice, a boiled egg paired with cucumber slices, or a small handful of nuts served alongside a cup of chamomile tea. These foods provide a balanced combination of protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates. Everything the brain needs to maintain stable energy for its overnight housekeeping. It's important to avoid sugary snacks or greasy, heavy foods. While they may feel comforting in the moment, they tend to spike blood sugar or disrupt digestion, keeping the brain in a state of low-level stress rather than relaxation. But food is just one part of the nighttime equation. The routine itself, the intention behind your actions, is equally powerful. When done consistently, it becomes a signal to your limbic system, the emotional control center of the brain, that it's safe to let go, slow down, and transition into rest. A few minutes of gentle stretching, for example, helps release physical tension that accumulates throughout the day. Simple practices like deep, diaphragmatic breathing can help slow the heart rate and calm the nervous system, while a few moments of gratitude journaling can help the mind process the emotions of the day. In Japan, many people engage in quiet rituals, such as taking a warm bath, known as ofuro, or sipping tea slowly in silence. These aren't just relaxing habits, they're intentional signals to the brain that the stress of the day has passed. These rituals activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural calming response, and prepare both mind and body for deep, restorative sleep. But it's not just internal rituals that matter. Your physical environment plays a powerful role in nighttime restoration. The brain is especially sensitive to its surroundings at night. 1 hour before bed, dimming the lights can mimic the gradual fading of daylight, helping trigger natural melatonin production. Keep the bedroom cool and quiet, and remove screens whenever possible. The blue light from phones and TVs can suppress melatonin, keeping your brain alert when it should be winding down. In Japanese homes, people often use soft, natural materials for bedding, like cotton or linen, and maintain a clean, uncluttered sleeping space. These small environmental details work together to send a clear message. It's time to unwind. It's time to heal. There's also a spiritual layer to this kind of routine. A truly holistic ritual nourishes not only the body and mind, but the heart and spirit as well. For some, this might involve a brief meditation or quiet prayer, taking a moment to reflect on something meaningful or joyful from the day. Others may enjoy reading a few lines of poetry or listening to soft, calming music. In Japanese tradition, this connection can even involve nature, placing a small plant near the bed or opening a window to let in the cool evening breeze. These acts may seem small, but they anchor us in the present and remind the brain that we're part of something greater, safe enough to let go and rest deeply. And the best part? This routine doesn't have to be lengthy or complicated. Just 10 to 15 minutes of intentional winding down can make a world of difference. Mr. Yamamoto's ritual eventually evolved into a peaceful flow. Around 8 p.m., he would enjoy a warm bowl of miso soup while soft koto music played in the background. He'd sit by an open window, breathe deeply, and soak in the stillness. Later, he added one final touch, writing down a single thing he was grateful for each evening. These small, consistent actions changed not just how he slept, but how he lived. His sleep quality improved dramatically, and with it came mental clarity, emotional stability, and a renewed sense of curiosity. His wife said it felt like the old Mr. Yamamoto had returned, present, engaged, and sharp once again. This isn't about rigid routines or perfection. It's about creating rhythm and intention, quiet cues that let the brain know you're supported, you're safe. It's time to begin your most important work. For those over 60, this mindset becomes even more essential. Nightly preparation is more than a routine. It's a quiet act of self-respect, a loving gesture toward your future self. It's how you safeguard your focus, your memories, and even your capacity for joy. It's a powerful reminder that aging doesn't have to mean decline. With the right care and intention, the brain can continue functioning as a vibrant, resilient library, filing new experiences, polishing old ones, and staying mentally engaged for many years to come. Picture this evening ritual as a gentle message to your brain saying, "It's safe now. You've done enough today. Let's rest and rebuild." This isn't about large meals or complicated systems. It's about light, deliberate nourishment, paired with calming practices that bring the body and mind into quiet harmony. In Japan, this kind of evening might begin with a small, steaming bowl of miso broth. Inside, you'll find soft, silken tofu and perhaps a light garnish of finely chopped scallions. More than just comforting, the miso is rich in probiotics, which support a healthy gut microbiome, something that modern science increasingly links to both emotional well-being and cognitive function. The tofu offers amino acids like tyrosine and tryptophan, essential building blocks for neurotransmitters that regulate memory and emotional balance. Even the warmth of the broth plays a role. It has a calming effect on the nervous system, helping the body shift out of alert mode and into a more peaceful state. In contrast, cold or heavy foods can actually trigger stress responses, interfere with digestion, and disrupt the body's preparation for sleep. If miso isn't your preference, there are other equally nourishing options. A soft-boiled egg, for instance, provides healthy fats and a good dose of choline, important for brain function. Pair it with lightly steamed leafy greens like spinach or bok choy, both easy to digest and packed with vitamins and minerals. Another gentle alternative is a small serving of white fish, lightly simmered with fresh ginger. The ginger adds not only flavor, but powerful anti-inflammatory properties, making it an ideal ingredient for aging bodies. The underlying principle here is simplicity and ease. Warm, easily digestible foods allow the body to shift energy toward restoration rather than digestion. What you avoid is just as important as what you include. Stay away from sugary snacks, processed meals, or anything served cold. These can spike blood sugar, irritate the digestive tract, and confuse the body's internal signals, making it harder to enter the deep, healing stages of sleep. Cold foods, especially when eaten late, can jolt the digestive system, disrupting the body's natural circadian rhythm. Processed foods bring their own set of challenges, often containing additives that can interfere with neurotransmitter production, affecting mood, focus, and even memory. This approach to evening nourishment might seem intuitive, yet it's surprisingly overlooked. And for older adults, who stand to benefit most, these small, mindful shifts can make a profound difference. Many seniors tend to dismiss these gentle, brain-supportive habits. They accept memory decline or restless sleep as part of aging, never considering that small changes in their nightly routine could protect and even restore cognitive function. But this ritual is about far more than food. It reflects a deeper, more holistic practice, one rooted in the Japanese philosophy of Shinshin Ichinyo, or mind and body as one. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, I appreciate you being here. Please comment number 2 to let me know you're still with me. It truly helps to know we're exploring this journey together. This philosophy goes beyond the kitchen. It encourages the creation of an environment that gently cradles the mind and body, setting the stage for deep, restorative sleep. One of the first steps is turning off all screens at least 45 minutes before bed. Blue light emitted from phones, TVs, and computers can suppress melatonin, the hormone that signals the brain it's time to rest, keeping the mind in a state of alertness, as if it were still daytime. Instead of digital stimulation, focus on creating a soothing atmosphere. Light a candle with a soft, natural scent like lavender or cedarwood, or simply crack open a window to let in the cool night air. These small changes help lower stress hormones, improve oxygen flow to the brain, and signal safety to the nervous system. Slow down the pace of your home as bedtime approaches. Dim the lights, reduce background noise, move through your space with intention and ease. Choose to read a physical book, perhaps poetry, a spiritual reflection, or something contemplative. This gentle shift into quiet reading helps guide the mind toward introspection and calm. Avoid content that stimulates too much mental activity. A suspenseful novel or a heated news story can easily keep the brain too engaged to settle. Breathing is another powerful cornerstone of this ritual. The Japanese practice of hara breathing, slow, controlled breaths deep into the abdomen, can shift the body into recovery mode. By taking long, measured inhales and even longer exhales, the parasympathetic nervous system is activated, promoting a sense of calm and safety. Even just 5 minutes of this breathing technique can lower cortisol levels, reduce heart rate, and send a clear message to the brain. It's time to let go. A simple pattern to try is this: inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 2, and exhale slowly for 6. You can pair this moment of stillness with a warm, soothing beverage. Chamomile tea is a classic option, known for its gentle sedative properties. Another choice is golden milk, warm, turmeric-infused milk that not only relaxes, but also supports brain health through its anti-inflammatory benefits. A comforting alternative to chamomile or golden milk is warm almond milk infused with turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, and a touch of honey. This combination not only tastes soothing, but also reduces inflammation and supports gut health, both of which are closely tied to brain function. Beyond nutrition, another powerful practice is cultivating gratitude just before bed. Try writing down 3 things you're thankful for, no matter how small they may seem. It could be the cozy warmth of your blanket, a kind gesture from a friend, or the peaceful rhythm of rain outside your window. Research published in Applied Psychology, Health and Well-Being, 2011, revealed that people who practiced gratitude at night experienced longer, more restful sleep. A separate 2015 study from UC Davis found that gratitude is also linked to lower blood pressure, stronger immune response, and better emotional regulation. Why does it work so well? Gratitude activates the prefrontal cortex, which plays a central role in managing emotions. It helps reduce the brain's sensitivity to threat and stress, fostering a sense of calm and safety that's essential for drifting into quality sleep. But here's something often overlooked. Timing is just as critical as the practices themselves. The brain depends on rhythm. Its processes are governed by circadian cycles, which are influenced by light, sound, and food intake. Erratic eating patterns, inconsistent sleep times, or excessive stimulation before bed can confuse the brain, keeping it in a hyper-alert state. This disrupts the release of sleep-related neurotransmitters like melatonin and GABA, both vital for deep sleep and memory consolidation. Consistency, on the other hand, sends a different message. Predictable meal times, gentle movement, and a familiar bedtime ritual tell the body it's safe. That safety signal allows the nervous system to downshift into rest and repair mode. This is where movement plays an important role. Not intense workouts, but slow, mindful motions that prepare the body for restoration. Just 5 to 10 minutes of light stretching can work wonders. Begin with slow neck rolls to ease built-up tension, followed by gentle shoulder circles to loosen the upper body. A soft forward fold can stretch the spine and release physical fatigue. Then take a moment to sit comfortably and center your awareness on your breath. These subtle movements increase blood circulation, calm the sympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for the fight or flight response, and gently open the body's internal pathways for nighttime recovery. Scientific studies have shown that this kind of mindful movement, especially before eating, can enhance nutrient absorption and ease the transition into rest. It's a physiological signal. You're moving from activity into healing. And just as the rhythm of a song has a beginning, a rise, and a resolution, so too should your evening routine. The sequence matters. Movement first, then nourishment. This specific order helps the body perceive food not as a late-night burden, but as a healing gesture. For those who struggle with heartburn or disrupted sleep from nighttime eating, the issue is often less about eating itself and more about what and when you eat. Large, heavy meals consumed too late can overwhelm digestion, leaving the body working hard instead of winding down. For those prone to acid reflux or restless sleep, it's wise to avoid large or heavy meals late at night. Instead, choose a small, liquid-based option, something like a warm bowl of miso broth or a thin vegetable soup. These are gentle on digestion and help the body prepare for rest. If your digestive system is particularly sensitive, fermented foods, such as miso or even a teaspoon of umeboshi, a traditional pickled plum, can offer additional benefits. These fermented options support gut health, which plays a surprisingly vital role in brain performance through what scientists call the gut-brain axis. A healthy gut doesn't just aid digestion, it actually produces around 90% of the body's serotonin. This important neurotransmitter is a direct precursor to melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep and mood. So, this nighttime ritual isn't just about comfort, it's a direct investment in your cognitive well-being, especially for those over 60 who are concerned about memory loss or mental decline. Memory is often assumed to be something that fades purely with age. But in truth, it's continually built, reinforced, and protected during deep, stable sleep, especially during the phase known as slow-wave sleep. That's when the brain sifts through the experiences of the day, filing them away as long-term memories. The rituals we've explored, light nourishment, calming movement, mindful breathing, all help create the right internal conditions for this vital memory consolidation process. Stable blood sugar throughout the night prevents sudden awakenings. Lower cortisol levels ease the brain into deeper sleep and protect the hippocampus, the part of the brain directly involved in memory formation. When you address these factors consistently, you're not just avoiding decline, you're actively supporting your brain's ability to stay resilient. The brain isn't a fragile organ. It's incredibly adaptable and responsive. Given the right rhythm, nourishment, and a sense of safety, it can continue to grow, adapt, and stay sharp even into your 80s and 90s. I've seen it firsthand. People who make these small changes often report clearer thinking, quicker recall, and even a renewed sense of calm. Their sleep improves, their energy levels rise, and their minds feel more stable and alert. But there's one more piece to this nightly puzzle: what you drink. Beverages, too, should support, not disturb, the calm you've been cultivating. Avoid cold drinks that shock the system, sugary sodas that spike blood sugar, alcohol that disrupts sleep cycles, or caffeinated teas like green tea that stimulate the brain when it should be slowing down. Instead, opt for something warm and soothing. Chamomile tea is a trusted choice thanks to its gentle sedative compound, apigenin. Barley water hydrates gently without overstimulating. Golden milk, a mix of turmeric and warm plant-based milk, offers anti-inflammatory benefits that support both brain and body recovery. If you're ready to start tonight, here's a simple, actionable ritual. Boil some water and stir in a teaspoon of miso paste. Add a few cubes of soft tofu or a handful of spinach. While it simmers, sit quietly and take 5 deep hara breaths. Inhale for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly for 6. Then, sip your broth slowly, savoring its warmth. Let it calm your body from the inside out. Afterward, spend just 5 minutes in gentle stretching. Roll your shoulders, stretch your spine, and move with intention. Gently fold your body forward, allowing your shoulders to drop and your head to hang freely. As you move, silently repeat to yourself, "I prepare my mind for clarity and rest." Let this be more than a stretch. Let it be a transition. As you settle in, take a moment to jot down 3 things you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be grand. Maybe it's the warmth of a nourishing meal, a kind smile exchanged earlier in the day, or a peaceful moment you found in silence. This simple act of reflection seals the day with intention. It sends a quiet message to your brain, not one of stress or lack, but of calm abundance. You're not ending the day in anxiety or scattered thought, but grounded in presence. It's a gentle yet deeply effective approach, a refreshing contrast to the overwhelming stream of modern health advice. This isn't about strict routines or deprivation. It's an invitation, a way to end each day with softness and meaning. It nourishes the brain with exactly what it craves: consistency, peace, and clarity. Aging well isn't a fight against time. It's a practice of aligning with your body's natural rhythms, showing up each evening with gentle strength and intention. Memory doesn't disappear just because we age. It fades when we neglect the basic needs of the brain. But when we feed the mind with care and attention, it rewards us with brightness, with clarity, and with the quiet grace of mental resilience. If you feel inspired to go deeper on this journey, we welcome you to subscribe to our platform or support our work through the donation link below. Your encouragement helps us continue to share these practical, meaningful pathways to wellness. And with that, we conclude today's episode of the Senior Health Podcast. Together, we've explored the powerful wisdom of Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, a simple yet profound nighttime ritual designed to protect your brain and preserve clarity as you age. So, what spoke to you most today? Was it the comfort of a warm miso broth? The soothing rhythm of hara breathing? Or the powerful stillness that comes from listing what you're thankful for? We'd love to hear from you. Please share one insight that resonated with you and how you plan to bring it into your own life in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insights to help you thrive. Wishing you strength, happiness, and lasting peace. And don't forget to subscribe to the Healthy Aging Blueprint for more inspiration on your journey.